He was abandoned at birth and grew up in Atlanta's foster care system. And now Will Trent is one of the top agents at the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Those are the instructions given to the men who planted the bomb. But I bet you understood that.
I was addicted to Duolingo before I moved in, so learning the local vernacular.
Do you recognize the voice?
No.
From car bombs to murder investigations, missing people, and everything in between, more than 70 million people have tuned in to watch Will Trent solve tough crimes in downtown Atlanta. Ramon Rodriguez, who plays Will Trent, is with us in studio today. He's going to give us a sneak peek into the show's season 2 finale. Great to have you here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Before Will Trent, people have seen you in a number of roles. You were beside actors like Shia LaBeouf, Denzel Washington, Michael Keaton. This wasn't always the plan. What kickstarted your career in Hollywood?
So I was a big sports fan, specifically basketball. I grew up playing basketball in New York City. I played in high school, got a scholarship to play in college.
Amazing.
And I was fortunate enough by a childhood friend of mine who invited me to a Nike competition to do tricks in front of a panel of judges. I was able to spin the ball on my finger, keep the spinning ball, put it on a pen, put the pen in my mouth, no hands, ball spins. I won the competition. Nike invited me to be a part of several campaigns, and that's what put me in front of the camera.
And now you're starring in a hit TV show in prime time.
Yeah.
It's an impressive journey.
It's been who would have thought that little round basketball got me here, so yeah.
Practice your tricks and skills.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about Will Trent. What is your favorite part of this character? You seem a lot nicer than this tough guy that comes up on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, he's a resilient character. I love what he's been through in his life, in his childhood, in his past, and I love how he sort of used that experience and what he's been through in a positive way. He sees the world in a very specific way. I think he's a little left of center and quirky, which I actually have fun with. So he's got this tough exterior, but a really big heart, which I think is what I connect with.
There's also, without intending it and without it being heavy-handed, there's like a bit of a teaching element, given the fact of what this character's been through and what he was exposed to. And you learn about that. You learn about what happens in the foster care system through his character. Yeah,
you get to see some of what he's been through, some of the trauma, you know, and also some of the stuff he deals with. He's dyslexic and trying to overcome some of that and how that comes up for him. This season in particular, we get to see some of his past haunt him and sort of how that's playing a role in this season's journey. And it's been fun. It's exciting. It's dramatic. It's entertaining. And but he's just overall, he's someone I really love. And then of course, you've got the wonderful Chihuahua Betty that he adopts. And that's a big part of it.
Talk about Betty for a moment? So can we put up that billboard? Yeah. People will have seen this billboard. There's Betty there in the shot. What is with Betty getting, front billing alongside? I mean, really, you're behind Betty in this billboard.
True. I mean, that was one of the biggest things when I signed on to do the project, actually, when I read the pilot episode. You see, like you said, he seems like this tough character. He wears a three-piece suit. He's got a lot of sort of his feelings and emotions buried. But very early on in the pilot, we see that he adopts this Chihuahua that's abandoned. And that he doesn't even really want, but he's not gonna leave behind. And that immediately, I was like, okay, this guy has a lot of heart. And this dog ends up being such a huge part of this character. You get to see another side of Will Trent that he doesn't show to a lot of people. We see he's a softie, he's a mush with this Chihuahua. And by the way, her real name is Belle.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, the character's name is Betty. She's just an amazing Chihuahua, like the best behaved Chihuahua I've ever met in my life.
So I was gonna ask, what is Belle like off camera? Is she a bit of a diva?
She's a bit of a diva. She's become a bit of a diva, just more and more with the success of the show.
Sure.
You can't look her in the eyes. She will not have her paws touch the ground. You have to carry her around. In fact, I carry her in a backpack.
You do?
No, but sometimes. We did an episode where I do, and I'm running around and I have her in a backpack, and but she's lovely. My sister had a Chihuahua that was out of control. Belle is not your typical Chihuahua.
So, okay, so she's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, so we said there's just one episode left in season 2. We should tell people that you've already been renewed for season 3, which is amazing.
Yes.
But can we give a little bit of a sneak peek, a little bit of a hint at what's happening in this finale?
So I think what we're gonna see is, again, a lot of the past, a lot of the stuff that this character's been dealing with just keeps coming to the surface. We've seen so far in the season, he's been haunted by a younger version of himself when he was 12 years old. That all sort of continues to come to a head for the character. There's gonna be a really dramatic ending that I cannot say, but it's gonna really have fans, I think, be twisted and gutted, and it's gonna be a really moving finale.
Twisted and gutted?
Yes.
That's quite a promise.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So while you wait for that gutted and twisted finale, you can catch the latest episode of Will Trent on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on CTV. Hey, Ramon, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.